Hello, Dr. Sushma Singh this side. Today in Unit 24, Dimensions of Knowledge Society, Issues of Access and Equity. We are going to start our lecture with topic the emergence of information and knowledge society. The roots of the idea of the information society are closely associated with the idea of post-industrialism. Although the scientific and industrial predecessors of electronic-based information technologies can be found in the late 19th and 20th centuries. It was during the Second World War and its aftermath that the major technological breakthrough in the electronic took place. Inventions such as the first programmable computer, the transistor, microelectronics lead to the true information technology revolution. Manuel Castle contends that the new information technologies, which include microelectronics, computers, and telecommunications, diffused widely in 1970s, accelerating their synergic development and converging into a new paradigm. Manuel Castle argues that the new economy that emerged around the world as a result of the current pace of globalization process, productivity and competitiveness is by and large a function of knowledge generation and information processing or informationalization. In the new information age, knowledge became the power and the tool for capital accumulation. According to Yonaji Masuda, in the post-industrial information-based society, knowledge or the production of information values will be the driving force of society rather than industrial technology. Thus, in the evolving information age, the generation, dissemination and application of knowledge becomes the basis of all aspects of society. Now let us move to the next topic, that is, what is knowledge or information society? According to Daniel Bell, in the information society, science plays an increased role in the productive forces. Professional, scientific and technological groups will rise into prominence in addition to the vast expansion of information technology, which include a converging set of technologies in microelectronic computing, telecommunications, broadcasting, and optoelectronics, etc. This will be the new axial principle of the economy and society. He forecast the growth of a new social framework based on the telecommunications, which may be decisive for the way knowledge is created and retrieved, and the character of the work and occupations people are engaged in. The computer will play a pivotal role in the information society. Knowledge and information will supplant labor and capital as the central variable of the economy. Here the information will be treated as a commodity, and possession of information will give more power to its owner. There will be more and more penetration of information into more traditional areas of agriculture, manufacturing and services. There will be major social changes resulting from the establishment of new telecommunications infrastructure. New forms of social interaction based on electronic communications devices are replacing older type of social relations. There is more application of IT to overcome the ecological and environmental problems associated with the industrialism as well. Manuel Castle prefers to call the emerging society as informational society, where the process of generation and transformation of information has rather become the fundamental sources of productivity and power. To Scott Lash, in the information society, the source of power is information. Power in the manufacturing age was attached to property as well as mechanical means of production. In the information age, it is attached to the intellectual property in the form of patent, copyright, and trademark, so that they can be polarized to create profile. There is thus commodification of information and no time for reflection. In this society, however, it is not the commodification that is driving the informationalization, but the informationalization that is driving commodification. In this age, inequality is less defined in terms of the relations of production, but more by exclusion. The society that is emerging is a knowledge society, which is characterized by new structures of knowledge, methods of dissemination, and a technology that permits and sustains unrestricted access to knowledge and control over it. Thus, in the contemporary pace of human society, the proliferation of information technology has led to the emergence of a mass society that produces knowledge and information on a mass scale as the driving force of economy. Consequently, there has been the rise of the category of knowledge workers, who are fast replacing both traditional groups and the groups of industrial society. It is the group which is fast becoming the center of gravity of working population. This group is also becoming the single largest group of the workforce in the post-industrial society. The social and economic dynamics of the knowledge society are widely shaped by the new forces of production, influence of the global market and the state. To Antony, globalization and knowledge economy are the co-constituents of the global information order, and its economy is populated by an active and reflective citizenry of wired workers whose knowledge is the principal source of production, and they are non-hierarchical in their work environment. According to Bob Jessup, knowledge can acquire commodity value after entering the labor market, and once it is made artificially scarce and its access depend on the payment of rent. Knowledge can be transformed into a fictitious commodity by transforming it from collective resources for the revenue generation. Subsuming of knowledge production under the exploitative class relations, and by the transforming intellectual labor into wage labor for producing knowledge for the market and bringing intellectual labor under the capitalist control through commodification and integration into a networked digitalized production and a consumption process controlled by the capital. He foresees the possibilities of the monopolies in knowledge and information by embedding them in technology standards or legally entrenching in intellectual property rights. It is now recognized that in the wake of the present pace of globalization, ICTs have paved the way for emergence of global knowledge society and economy, a networked society with a varied kind of economic and educational requirements and principles of organizing the society, its morals, values, and identities. In the essence of the ICT have been juxtaposed to the process of restructuring of economic and social institutional arrangement of the knowledge economy of the information age, locally and globally. ICTs now offer a challenge to the conventional ways of getting information, knowing and disseminating. Thus, this cutting-edge technology has been linked to the new discourse of the development. In the information age, knowledge is the basic form of the capital and economic growth is driven by the accumulation of knowledge. There has emerged a symbiotic relationship between the knowledge economy and ICT for releasing the creative potential and knowledge embodied in people and harnessing local global connectivity for generation of wealth and to widen the market of the economy. Following are the some of the distinctive feature of the knowledge society. The basis of knowledge-based development in the knowledge societies is the generation, dissemination, and deployment of knowledge. In knowledge society, scientific knowledge is considered as an asset, and the scientific and technical group will rise into prominence. The social network in the knowledge society is based on tele and other communication technologies. The creation and retrieval of knowledge plays a decisive role in the organization of work and occupation. The occupations which make more and more innovative knowledge will bring predominant in this economy. The knowledge information is treated as commodity and the possession of knowledge gives more power to the owner. In knowledge society, inequality is defined in terms of exclusion from knowledge. In knowledge society, knowledge is transformed from collective resources into intellectual property for revenue generation. In knowledge society, the conflict is between minority knowledge workers and the majority traditional workers. Knowledge society will be far more competitive than the earlier societies, as knowledge will be the key competitive factor for career and earning opportunities. Knowledge in the knowledge society basically exists in specialized application by specialized experts. The central workforce will be the highly specialized people and not the generalists. Here, the people who acquire specialized knowledge will have the greater scope of mobility. It demands for the first time in history that people with knowledge take responsibility for making themselves understood by the people who do not have the same knowledge base. It requires that people learn to assimilate into their own work specialized knowledge from other areas and disciplines. Here we want to close this lecture. Thanks for listening.